Today we're making a low-carb salad dressing and putting it on top of smashed cucumbers. And the star of the dressing is a combination of these herbs. That's right, it's green goddess dressing from the 70s. A popular dressing in the 70s has now become a popular keto dressing in 2019. To the kitchen. Okay, we'll start with the smashed cucumber salad. 2 cucumbers, make sure they are the English kind. There's far fewer seeds in those and the skin is much thinner and you'll have much better tasting cucumber salad. Put them in a baggie or wrap them in saran wrap or whatever you want and get out some kind of heavy instrument. I'm using a mallet here, but you can just as easily use the bottom of a pot or the bottom of a heavy glass or cup. And get all your frustrations out, smash them up. The reason for smashing is they will take in the dressing much more and you'll get much more of the cucumber flavor rather than just the water flavor. All right, those look smashed enough. Let's see what we've got. Take them out and now we're going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to cut them in half or lengthwise first, crosswise first, it doesn't really matter. Just cut them up into bite-sized pieces and then we're going to put them in a bowl with salt. Now the smashed cucumber salad is usually, the dressing is an Asian style of dressing. We're using the green goddess dressing today just because we want to see what it tastes like and we're going to be a little bit different. Okay, once you've got all the cukes chopped up in the size that you like, gather them all together and place them in a colander, and the colander is placed over a bowl. We're going to salt the cucumbers and let them drain for a while so that you can get some of the water out of the cucumbers. Cucumbers are primarily water, and so to get the most cucumber flavor, we're going to drain them for a while. And salt will do the trick. I put all of the proportions of the ingredients in the description below or at the recipe at farmtojar.com. But once you've salted it, now we're going to let it sit, stir it up a little bit, let it sit for about a half an hour to drain. Okay, on to the star of the show, the green goddess dressing. I'm laying out all my herbs here for a little bit later, but we're going to start with the ingredients that make it so creamy. First up is the mayonnaise. I use a store-bought olive oil based mayonnaise. You can make your own or use any mayonnaise you want. Half a cup of that. Then we're going to move to sour cream and I'm putting in 3/4 cup of sour cream and trying to get it into the bowl, but not always successful. And of course you can always use Greek yogurt here instead of the sour cream if you like. Some people will also put in avocado to make it creamier and greener, of course. Next up is the lemon. I'm slicing a lemon in half. Oops, I forgot to roll it. Roll out the lemon a little bit before, it'll help you get all the juice out. Okay, and then slice it in half. Take a half of the lemon and squeeze it in the bowl, trying to keep the seeds out. And moving along to the herbs. Chives is what we're starting with. I do chop them up just so that I can measure more accurately. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of chives, and it looks like I didn't chop enough, so we're going to chop up a few more. Don't worry about making this exact. Okay, now 3 tablespoons of chives, and then we're going to move on to the tarragon, which is next. Tarragon needs to be stripped from the stem a little bit because the stems are pretty stocky. Tarragon has a slight licorice flavor to it, and some people love it and some people hate it. But we're chopping it up again so that we can measure accurately, putting in around 2 tablespoons of tarragon. Next up is an herb called chervil. Chervil is an old-fashioned herb that is very difficult to find in the grocery store. It's in the parsley family, however, and so if you can't get access to chervil, just use a little bit more parsley. Chervil is one of the classics of the 70s green goddess dressing. Now, all of these herbs are what makes the green goddess dressing green, of course. And in the 70s, green seemed to be an extremely popular color. If you look back, you'll see avocado green was the color of choice for kitchen appliances. So I'm glad that the green goddess dressing has come back and is in vogue again, but let's pass on the avocado green appliances. Now, since I used a little bit of chervil, I am going to use a half cup of parsley. If you didn't use the chervil, you might want to use 3/4 of a cup. Next is the garlic, and I'm a fan of fresh garlic, by the way. I love to smash it and take the peels off and use it whole. Smashing it can use the side of a knife just like that. Take the peels off, toss it in the blender, no mincing, no chopping. And then we are going to go to the anchovies. I'm using an anchovy paste because it lasts longer and it's easier to use. You can use fresh anchovies, anchovy fillets if you'd like. So I'm putting in 2 teaspoons of anchovy paste. That would be equal to 2 fillets of fresh anchovies. Okay, time to blend it all up. Start with a few pulses and then blend it to a smooth consistency, and let's see what we've got. By the way, if you add an avocado to this, which many keto people do, it's going to taste great. It will be a little thicker consistency, just so you know. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, I think this is just the perfect consistency, but I think I better taste it to make sure it's the perfect taste also. Okay, time to put it all together. I'm going to pour a little bit of the green goddess dressing in a bowl first, and then add the cucumbers and mix it all up, and we'll see what we've got. Okay, we're mixing this all together and garnishing with a little of the chervil in the end. But I thought I'd let you know that this is a really good dressing for grilled vegetables or to put over salmon or chicken also. And there you have it. And now for the toast. Today we are toasting with something green, ginger lime syrup from Heathglen, and a little lime bubbly water to mix. And guess what our toast is? We are toasting to the 70s. Cheers. Gotta love those 70s.